Guys, it's Sarah, and today I want to talk about some adaptations that are coming in the year 2020 that have been either recently announced or there are some that are coming up very soon. And these are books that are being adapted and that all the adaptations should be out in 2020, even if there's not officially a release date yet. It's still slated for 2020. And these are books that I own, that I haven't read yet, that I really want to and need to before I would be able to watch any of the adaptations. So I'm going to show you a list. I have quite a few here to talk about, and some of them were brand new news to me, which was very exciting. Okay, I'm just going to go from top to bottom here. So the first one is The Stand by Stephen King. This is one I have not read yet, but I really, really want to. This has been adapted a couple of times, I think. I think there might be at least 2 adaptations. This will be like the second or third one coming out. But this one is starring, James Marsden, who I love, along with Alexander Skarsgård, who I love. And also Amber Heard and Whoopi Goldberg are slated to star in this as well. And this is to be a miniseries, and it's going to be on, I believe, CBS All Access from what I'm seeing. There is not a release date yet, so I don't know when it's going to run. It just says 2020. But this is like a post-apocalyptic book that I have just heard nothing but amazing things about. It's ginormous. It is huge, but I've heard it's worth the read. Now, this is a mass market paperback, and I'm probably going to unhaul this copy and get like the bigger paperback that is out now. And I know that with this adaptation coming, they kind of redone them and, pushed them out in a different cover and, all that. They're kind of rebranding it, which is totally fine. But I do like the bigger paperback a lot better. And I know that when I read this, I'm going to physically read it, and I'm going to want the bigger one. So I'm probably going to go ahead and put this in my unhaul box right now. And when I'm ready to read it, I'll pick up the oversized paperback that I love so much. Another one that was, this was news to me. I did not know that this was coming. So when I saw it, I was like, ooh, interesting. And that is Shiny Pretty Things. And this is by Sonia Charapotra and Danielle Clayton. This is a ballet, I believe, kind of drama thriller type of book. And I have books number 1 and number 2 in this duology. Book number 2 is Shiny Broken Pieces. I don't know what the show is going to cover, if it's just going to be like season 1 is book 1, season 2 is book 2. I'm not sure how that's going to work. This is being adapted by Netflix. There's no casting yet as far as I can tell as of right now. But it's definitely something I'm probably going to want to watch because I was a dancer in high school and I love dancing competitions. I love dancing drama movies, and I want to read some more books about dancing and stuff. So these 2 are definitely ones that I would like to get to, and I would probably read both of them before I want to watch the show when it comes on. So since it's coming out this year, these are kind of definitely more on my radar now. The next one is Americana, and this is by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and this one is going to be a 10-part series on HBO Max. There is not a release date as of right now, and yeah, I believe this follows at least one girl who moves from Africa to America and kind of her transition in that and some of the hardships that she has to deal with in going through that type of transition. And I've heard amazing things about it. This is also on the Great American Reads list. So it's definitely on my shelf because it's on that list. And I definitely want to read all of those books. I have read this author before. It was a nonfiction though. So I really want to read something that she wrote in fiction and to see what I think. The next one that was a surprise to me, I didn't know this was even happening, and that is Hillbilly Elegy, and this is by J.D. Vance. This is a nonfiction book about kind of the hillbilly culture, and I didn't know this was being adapted. It's being adapted into a Netflix film. It's being directed by Ron Howard, which is really exciting, and it's going to be starring Amy Adams and Glenn Close. And I am very excited about this because I didn't know that any of that was happening. I had plans to read this with Krista from Books and Jams, and we ended up putting it off because I just think neither one of us were in the right mood for it. So Krista, we're going to have to read it sometime soon though, because I'm definitely going to want to watch that when when it comes out. There's no announcement for the release date yet, but it will be a Netflix film. The next one is A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. And this one is being adapted by HBO Max, and it doesn't have an actual date yet, but I think it was like estimated to be around May, or maybe it's sometime in the summer, something like that. So there's not an official release date for this yet, and I couldn't even find a cast. So I'm not exactly sure where they are in the process of this one, because I think if it comes out in May or over the summer, they probably should have already been shooting it, right? So I'm not really sure, but it is going to be like a film, not like a series or anything. And this is one that I don't know. I really want to read it. I got it in an Outcrate box, and I just have never picked it up, and I don't know why. I always hear amazing things about it. It's like a historical book, and it follows a boy who is taking off on kind of like a not like a last chance, but like one more adventure before they're actually adults type thing. And he is going with his sister and his best friend, who he is secretly in love with. So I've heard amazing things about it, and I really want to read it. And the next one is The Lumineers, and this is by Eleanor Canton. This used to be on my bookshelf, like right behind my head, so you could see it in all of the videos I posted, and I always got comments on the spine, like, what is that spine with all the moons on? It's The Lumineers. And this one is being adapted by BBC, and it's going to be, I think, a limited series on BBC. And it does have an actual date for release, and that's December 18th. So this is at the very end of the year. But this one also has a cast. I know that Eva Green is in it. It also stars Eve Houston and Himesh Patel. And so I haven't read this one yet. It's a very long book. It's pretty intimidating. I think it's going to be like one of those ones where I'd have to really, really take my time with it. But now that it's being adapted, I'm definitely more interested in picking it up a little bit sooner. And then the last one is a book that I actually have on audiobook. I don't have a physical copy, but that is The Call of the Wild by Jack London. I have not read this book. And this one is a feature film, and it stars Harrison Ford. And it's coming out February. So it's like right around the corner. My daughter, Kaylin, actually wants to see this movie. So maybe, and I think it's rated PG, so I could take both my girls if they both want to go. But they have both showed interest in seeing this movie. So I was like, interesting. And so I think I might try to make it a point to listen to it sometime here soon, and maybe go see the movie as well. But love Harrison Ford. Okay, guys, those are just some of the adaptations that are coming out this year. Those are some that I have on my shelves, and some that are coming up that I didn't even really know was happening, which is really exciting. So these are all now a little bit more on my radar to pick up here sometime soon, because when an adaptation comes out, I immediately just want to read the book in order to be able to see it, because I'm one of those people who I need to read the book first. I have to. So it just helps me out so much. All right, let me know down below if you guys are excited about any of these. Let me know of some of the adaptations coming out that you're excited about. What did I miss? What have I not talked about? Let me know all that down below so we can see. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.